All right, guys, it is the end of July, and we're just now going to start to head into that time of year where hurricane season really starts to get going. And a lot of people are thinking, well, it's been hurricane season since June 1st. What are you talking about? Well, we have a lot of recency bias in that we've seen some named storms and even some really powerful storms like Beryl last year, which was, ridiculously strong in June. But typically, you don't even see the first named storm until June 20th. And then you don't even see the first hurricane in the Atlantic basin until August 11th. Statistically, those are the average dates. The peak of hurricane season isn't until September 10th. And I'm going to show you a graph to kind of give you a visual for this. So this shows tropical activity in the Atlantic, and look at how fast you see that peak rise as we head into September. So as we go into the next couple of months, we're likely going to start to see more action. And this year, things have been pretty typical. We had Andrea develop on June 22nd, and the average first named storm is June 20th, so we weren't that far off. We've had three tropical storms, three named storms, and things have been, not as active maybe as they have been in years past, but we're about to head into that part of the year where things get really active for the Atlantic basin. And I wanted to point this out because I know a lot of folks are really busy getting back to school and maybe not thinking about hurricane season, but you should be, because it's really going to start getting underway. And every year I always hope that if a storm does form, it doesn't hit anything. I always hope for what we call fish storms that just hang out and kind of do a loop-de-loop and really don't cause too much trouble. They just stay over water. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. And this is a reminder, too, that even if you're inland, as we learned last year with Milton, even if you're far inland, you can still get some devastating impacts from these storms in the form of inland flooding. East Georgia, my folks, friends, family around Vidalia, Soperton, they had a lot of trees down, some severe wind damage. So these storms can still pack a punch, even far inland. You can get devastating impacts. So everyone needs to pay attention, not just those folks on the coast. And if you are on the coast, though, and you're in a prone area, now's the time to be checking your windows, your storm windows, your hurricane windows, whatever you do to protect your home, and if you decide to ride out any potential future storms, finger crossed they don't happen, but they do. And if that's the case, make sure that you have your plans in place and that you're ready. You need at least 1 gallon per day of water per person, non-perishable foods. If you're in a storm-prone area, you probably know all of that. But even if you're a little further inland and you're planning to ride out a storm, having all of that on hand just in case.